So you really about to sit here and act like you didn't text me and say that you were coming at 7 and it is now 11 o'clock? You told me 7 o'clock right here in this phone. Your text message, your name, this is you. 7 o'clock. I will be here to pick you up, babe. Make sure you're ready. It's 11 o'clock. Where you been? Okay, so you finna act like I'm making it up. This ain't you right here. This is not you. This is you. This is you. Okay. So you gonna gaslight me. That's what you want to do? You want to make it seem like I'm crazy, like I'm making it up, like this is not my phone, this is not your name, and this is not your text, and this is not what you said. That's what we finna do? You want to play in my face like that? All right, gaslight me, huh? All right. In all seriousness, y'all, we know that beating people up is not the correct way to handle them when they gaslight us. Now, I will say I have been in several situations where people have tried to play in my face and have gaslit me, and I definitely wanted to lay them hands on them. Seriously, I've been in relationships where I've had my partner on social media liking females' pictures, and I don't even have a problem with my guy liking female pictures. It's the type of pictures that he was liking. Half naked videos, chicks shaking their butt. He all over them. Half naked girls, bikinis, you know what I mean? Thong bikinis. You on there liking and commenting. That's a problem for me. That's disrespectful. And then try to play it like I was insecure and like I have a problem. Fool, you out of order, you out of line. I done had leaders that I have been under that have tried to gaslight me, told me one thing, or did not include me in certain situations and tried to make it seem like I was a problem. You know what I mean? And then when I would call them out on their mess, they would flip the script and then try to paint this picture like I was a troublemaker. I've been in all kind of situations. So y'all, I'm telling you all, just from experience, even when you confront them, they will not, especially if they're not trying to change and if they're stuck in their ways, they will not acknowledge their wrong, and they will continually try to make it seem like you are the problem or whoever else is the problem. It's never them. I encourage all of us to rise above the madness. Take the high road, leave them people where they are, because things are not going to change until those people are ready to change their ways. In the meantime, don't deal with them. Don't deal with them.
What are some examples of gaslighting that you could provide our viewers?
You're going to ask a question?
That was the question.
What was the question?
What examples can you provide our viewers to display what gaslighting looks like?
You never asked that.
I literally just did.
No, you didn't.
I could play back the video. I just
No, you didn't. You asked, what do our viewers do that could be a form of gaslighting?
When the fuck did I say that?
Bro, that's literally what you just said. That is a form of gaslighting right there. They make you believe that you're going crazy, that events that occurred didn't actually happen the way that you're remembering them.
Gaslighting is suggesting that somebody's feelings or perception are the problem. So when one person does a dysfunctional behavior, the other person reacts to it and says, hey, that's not nice, or that didn't feel good. And the offending person who did the hurtful behavior says, you're crazy, or what's wrong with you, or why would you think that? Other people don't have a problem with that. Gaslighting is blaming the person who is having an emotional response to a dysfunctional behavior and saying that their emotional response is the problem, not the behavior that they're doing.
Worst feeling for a woman is when she starts to question her own sanity because of a man's behavior. When she tries to tell him how his actions hurt her, and instead of listening, he gets angry, flips it around, and somehow makes her feel like the problem. That's not love. That's gaslighting. You're not crazy for wanting to be heard, and you're not wrong for needing to feel valued. A boy will always try to make you feel like you are overreacting or convince you that you are the issue. But a real man listens, takes responsibility, and makes his woman feel seen, understood, and safe.
I hate when somebody try to gaslight you and act like that you wrong, but you know deep down inside you not wrong, and they know that. Remember, I made that video and I said that's when that overthinking shit come into play. That's when you really know you right. You can tell when somebody trying to flip the script and try to manipulate you. It's called reverse psychology. See, a lot of people don't like taking accountability for the shit that they do because they don't want to seem like they a bad person. What really makes you a bad person is gaslighting the shit and keeping up the shit that you know that you did wrong. You wouldn't have to be a bad person if you just admit to the things that you do. If you know you're wrong, just admit to the shit that you did or what you done. It don't make you a bad person just because you're trying to fix your mistakes on the things that you did. It makes you a bad person for just keeping up the lies that you know you're wrong at.
Here are 5 examples of gaslighting. Denial. That never happened. You're making things up again. Why would you? That never happened. Crazy making. Setting things up to be so fucking complex and confusing that you don't even know what the fuck is real anymore. Shifting blame. You're not mad at me because of what I did. You're mad because you're stressed out about work. No, I'm mad because of what you fucking did. Minimizing. It's not that fucking serious. You always overreact. You always do this. Distracting you with love. I love you so much. I would never do that. You're my baby. You're my everything. I would never. You fucking did, though.
It's always something with you. You are so dramatic. You overreact to everything. Are you serious? You sound crazy right now. Okay, well, regardless of how you see it, this is my experience and these are my feelings. Oh, I'm sorry. So you're perfect. Well, if you're going to bring that up, then let's talk about how you basically did the same thing to me last year. Well, I only did that because of what you did to me first. So actually, this whole thing is your fault. You know what? I'd like to stick to the original issue that we were talking about. If you'd like, we can set some time aside later to talk about some of the things that have happened in the past. You are seriously delusional. You are imagining things. Oh, please get real. I never would have done that. How can you be this bad at remembering things? Okay, so if you're going to deny what happened, then it's probably best that we just end this conversation right now.
Gaslighting is a manipulation strategy when another person tries to make you question your own reality. They make you feel like you're crazy. All right?
These are the signs of gaslighting in a relationship. I blame you for me doing you wrong. Sound crazy, don't it? Let's just say I stay out all night, every night, and my wife said, why you never stay at home? The first thing I'm gonna say is, well, give me a reason to stay at home. It's bored here. You don't talk to me. Ain't no conversation. But the whole time, we always talking. The whole time, we always laughing. Any excuse to do what I want to do, I gotta find a reason to do it. But I gotta use the person that I'm hurting to do it. So I can make them feel like they're doing wrong so they can change everything about themselves while I do what I want to do. Number 2, you find something in their phone and they say, leave my phone alone. What? We're not going to talk about what you did with the phone. We just talking about the phone itself. Like you didn't talk to this other guy. Like you didn't talk to this other woman. Look what you saying there. You saying you going to meet them Friday night at the club? Well, that's why I don't trust you. That's why I don't want a relationship. Look, if you don't want me, just say this. You know mental illness is real. And when you're doing something wrong to hide your guilt, you make me feel bad for me grabbing your phone where you did me wrong.
There are people in this world who are evil to the core. They like to play mind games with you because they know it leaves no physical proof of their abuse. They don't like to live by anyone's rules. They do as they please, when they please, and how they please. And they don't want you to question them. They do not take accountability for any wrongdoing that they do. If you question them or if you confront them about their poor behavior, you automatically become enemy number 1. So just because someone isn't putting their hands on you, it doesn't mean you're not experiencing abuse. Gaslighting is abuse. Someone playing with your mind and making you feel crazy, that is abuse. And it most definitely isn't love. Sometimes we have to turn the love that we have for other people back unto ourselves, embrace it. And when you do, when someone like this shows up in your life and display those type of red flags, you'll have so much love for yourself, you'll kick them to the curb and won't look back.
So the way gaslighting works is it's a denial of a person's reality. That's step 1. That by itself is not gaslighting. Now, the step 2 of gaslighting is, then I tell you there's something wrong with you. So imagine a person in a relationship where there's infidelity and they say to their partner, is there anything going on that I should know about? No, there's nothing going on. Okay, step 1. We're not gaslighted yet though.
Yeah.
Gaslighting is, but you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of living with an unhinged, paranoid lunatic. That's what I'm tired of.
Right.
There's the gaslight. Now, there's a step 3, is that it's not a one-off. One time, yes, that's a gaslighting episode, but the true gaslighting abuse happens over time. And what happens then? You break the other person's spirit.
Yo, check this out. Chastising a woman for being insecure while simultaneously not
securing her position in your life with commitment, validating her worth with your words, affirming her value in your life, and letting her know exactly where she stands is the biggest form of gaslighting that we don't talk about today. How are you gonna be like, well, you acting insecure? You didn't secure her. It's not safe with you there. You have not laid the foundation of a healthy relationship, and you're wondering why her emotions is rocky with you. So maybe her insecurities when it comes to this relationship is a direct reflection of the work you're not putting in. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm not dismissing that woman may be making things up. Or maybe she's telling the truth. Maybe she needs you to be more present. Maybe she needs you to make her a priority and not an option. Maybe she needs you to show up emotionally in this relationship. And if you do that, maybe then you won't feel that she's being insecure. Maybe she's just begging for you to love her properly. And maybe you just incapable of doing so.
Another gaslighting tactic that women will use is when they twist your words. So you'll say something very basic, very direct, and they'll take that and make it mean something else and have a problem with it. So you'll say something like, hey man, listen, I just want to relax. I really don't feel like going out tonight. I don't feel like going out to eat tonight. A lot of women will take that and say, oh, well, if you don't want to hang out with me, just say that. If you don't want to be around me or you don't want to be around me and hang out with me, just say that. That's gaslighting. She heard exactly what you said, but she's being selfish in a sense to where she's trying to guilt trip you because you are drained or you don't feel like doing something. Women do shit like that. That's gaslighting. Or let's say you tell your woman, I don't really like the way that you're talking to me right now. I don't really like the way that you disrespect me. And instead of dealing with and being accountable for that, they'll take what you say and catastrophize it and say, oh, well, you're just saying I'm just the meanest, rudest bitch to you ever. I'm just the rudest person in the world. I'm just no good, huh? That's gaslighting, bro. Or you could say something like, hey, I feel like you're not listening to me. Oh, so now you're saying I don't love you and I don't care about you. They twist your words in order to escape accountability.
Gaslighting is one of the worst forms of manipulation and often occurs in abusive relationships. Here are 5 signs someone's gaslighting you. Number 1, lying about something and refusing to admit the lie even when you show them proof. Number 2, insisting that an event or behavior that you witnessed never happened. Number 3, changing the subject or refusing to listen when you confront them about the lie. Number 4, shifting the blame, saying that if you acted differently, they would be treating you this way, saying that it's your fault. Number 5, minimizing their hurtful behaviors or words by saying something like, oh, it's just a joke, or you're being too sensitive.
Never trust a man who gaslights you. Gaslighting is leading you to believe that your reality isn't real. Once he starts to gaslight you, he's using it to escape accountability for the things that he's doing and saying to you that are hurtful and emotionally abusive. He's going to hit you and then act like he hasn't done anything to you. He's going to curse you out and act like he hadn't said anything hurtful or mean or rude to you. He's going to be extremely fake as a person. He's going to be extremely sneaky. He's going to gaslight everyone into thinking he's a great guy, even after all the hurt and pain that he's caused you. How he sees himself and how he really is significantly different. Because of that, he will never change.
And one of the most dangerous things in a relationship is gaslighting. We all fall for it. It's funny because a woman can express something a man is doing wrong, and a man will manipulate it, and they will reverse psychology this to be like, you're the problem. And the question is the women question themselves, and they get gaslighted every single time, like they are the problem. And this is what damages their brain, because every time they question something, they stop questioning him because of the fact that the woman feels like she's wrong already before she even questioned it. It's manipulation at its finest. And I wish this shit was not true, but it is. They are manipulated every single day, and they think they're the problem, and they stay in that relationship because they believe that the woman has gotten gaslighted so much that she literally believes that she is the problem now. It's mind-boggling that he can cheat in front of you, and he can use reverse psychology and manipulate you and gaslight you to believe you're the problem. You're the wrong one. You didn't give me enough attention, so this is what I did. And you know what the women do? They're like, maybe I am. And now, throughout the entire relationship, she is mind fucked every single day thinking that she is the problem. Sweetheart, you have to wake up and stop believing this manipulation. You are never the problem when it comes to this relationship. So do not listen to them, and do not let this man gaslight you. I know it's hard, but you gotta find a way to get out.
There's a toxic trio of tactics that are almost always used by manipulators to keep you stuck in a particular pattern. That trio is fog, jade, and gaslighting. Fog stands for fear, obligation, guilt. If you've made a decision that went against what that person wanted, or you've simply decided to maintain your boundaries, they'll do things, say things, behave in ways that cause you to fear what's coming, make you feel obligated to do what they want you to do, or make you feel guilty about your decisions. But if fog doesn't work, and let's say you're resisting the fog, then you might see jade come into play. Jade stands for justify, argue, defend, and explain. That person will push you to justify yourself, argue with them, defend your actions, or explain your decisions. Do not be fooled. When a manipulator is jading, they are not seeking a true resolution to a problem. They're not seeking real answers. The entire purpose of jade is to create an opportunity in order to flip the narrative and place the blame, ownership, and responsibility on your shoulders. But sometimes you don't fall into the jade trap either. They have another tactic in their tool belt, and that tactic is gaslighting. Don't mistake gaslighting as being limited to someone trying to make you believe something didn't happen when it did, or believing something did happen when it didn't. No, gaslighting is far broader than that. In fact, gaslighting is any deliberate action that is intended to make you doubt, question, misremember, or mistrust. Which means if you're attempting to hold someone accountable or maintain your boundaries, and that's met with actions or words or behaviors that cause you to question yourself or mistrust your intuition or the direction you feel is best for you to go, even doubt your decision, you better believe it's probably some gaslighting at play. Particularly if you already know this person to be pretty toxic. Or simply being aware of the toxic trio of fog, jade, and gaslighting can help prevent you from falling and staying in that manipulator's trap. Be strong, be vigilant, be aware, boundary up. I hope this helps.
You want to go through my phone? How about we go through yours? I mean, the only reason you want to look through it is because you're doing something, aren't you? Everyone warned me about you. But you know what? At the end of the day, I chose you. I didn't listen to what everyone had to say. I love you. Go ahead, look through the phone. But just know, if you do, we're done. You listen to what everyone has to say, except for the man that loves you. Shows a lot about you. The only reason that you don't trust me is because you're doing something behind my back. There's no other explanation. I haven't done anything for you to think that way. Yeah, get up and go. Shows how much you love me. Oh, you always start with me. I never start problems with you, ever, ever. You're always starting with me. And it's really getting on my nerves. You think you're right? So why is it that your whole friend group takes my side every time?
A man will like other girls' pictures and then tell you that you are jealous and insecure in order to gaslight you into thinking that his behavior is not disrespectful. He's using the words jealousy and insecure because they have an immature connotation. Feeling jealousy and feeling disrespect and disgust are two completely separate things. She is not jealous of another woman. She is disgusted and disrespected at the fact that you're liking and commenting on other girls' pictures and breaking your neck to look at the waitress. You cannot let a man deflect from their childish behavior by making you feel like you are being immature.
Find out really quickly when you're dealing with a narcissist or somebody who's a highly toxic individual is that they absolutely hate being exposed or being called out or held accountable for their fuck shit behavior. If you try to call out a narcissist or somebody who say with borderline personality disorder on anything they do, you can bet your ass they're going to get pissed. It's going to bring them a lot of shame, and they're going to see it as an attack on the facade that they project into the world. Behind that facade is a pretty selfish, egotistical, and shitty person. Somebody with flexible morals, shifting standards, someone with a huge victim mentality that blames everything that happens on somebody else. They carefully orchestrate this mask to avoid shame and accountability, and then you come along trying to hold them responsible and remind them that it is just a mask and that they really aren't that wonderful person that they seem to think they are. They have no other choice but to completely deny everything that they've done and deflect all that shit right back onto you. And when that happens, you can absolutely bet that you are going to be punished for ever bringing anything up. You're gonna get raged on. You're gonna get gaslit. You're gonna get the silent treatment. They're gonna disappear on you and just stop messaging you back or stop calling you back. They do this simply just to bring you anxiety and scare you and make you feel guilty and stupid for having never brought what it is up. You're gonna end up apologizing to them. And when you do, it's gonna validate their fantasy that they were always right and that you were wrong. They're training you to make sure that you never bring it up again and you never question what they do. Real talk.
So a lot of people want to know, what is gaslighting when dealing with a narcissist? Let me just go ahead and say this. If you are dealing with a narcissist, gaslighting is one of their favorite ways to make you crazy. And what is gaslighting? When they make you crazy. I'll give you some example. A gaslighter will tell you something, and then when you respond to it, they'll say, I never said that. So they might call you ugly. And then when you say, did you call me ugly? They'll say, I would never say that. And you know they said it, but they say they never said it. They will lie to you. And then when that lie comes up, when you go to confront them, they'll say it never happened. They will cheat on you and say you are the problem and you are the reason that they're cheating. Or if they don't say that, they'll say it's because you nag them too much, because you complain too much, you're not a good person to them. So they had to go find somebody who's good to them. They'll make you cry all day, make you look a hot mess, and then they'll go out and step out on you, and then they'll blame you for the way you look. And that's the reason why they're looking for somebody else. So there are many examples of gaslighting, but it's basically when they make you crazy. They do little things, little subliminal things, sometimes overt things that makes you crazy. You literally think you're going crazy, and they do that on purpose because that's how they gaslight you. So nothing is ever their fault. They'll never take accountability for anything. And if it's anything that's bad, it's your fault. This is how they gaslight you. They'll do something, and the outcome, if it's negative, it's your fault. If it's positive, of course, is they take credit for it. Anything positive that happens in your life, they want to take the glory and take credit for it. But anything negative is your fault. If the house is dirty because you've been depressed and crying over them, it's your fault that the house is dirty, not what they did to cause you to get into that state of depression.
They cheat, right? Late night texts, disappearing messages, that weird feeling in your gut. Yeah, you know what? That's real. You feel it creeping in, bam, you catch them. Screenshots, text messages, cold, hard proof staring back at you. Your heart's in your throat, hands shaking, you confront them. And what do? Nada, nothing. Blank face, no words, just an empty, soulless stare like you're not even there. Then you see the switch that flips, right? You're crazy. I'd never do that. You're paranoid. Maybe if you trusted me, this wouldn't be an issue. And suddenly now, you're the problem. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I did overreact. Maybe I imagined it. No, forget that. Cheating destroys trust. Stonewalling buries it. And gaslighting, I'll tell you, makes you doubt your own reality. Now, all of a sudden, I'm the one apologizing. I'm the one spiraling. Wonder if I imagined it all, right? Never, ever again. How would you even fight this shit? Recognize it, call it out, and regain your peace.
If someone comes to you and say, what you said hurt my feelings, or what you did made me feel really bad, and your first instinct is to gaslight them and say that you didn't do that, or tell them that wasn't your intent, or say that that never happened, what is wrong with you? You're so stuck on defending yourself and your actions that you miss the entire point of someone coming to you out of concern. Someone telling you how they feel is not an attack on your character. It's actually them trying to mend the relationship between you guys by getting a better understanding of why you did something. That moment could have been a perfect conversation to reassure and validate that person that is coming to you with concerns, but you're so stuck on protecting your ego that doesn't even come to your mind, and now you just fumbled a whole relationship.
You are my friend. You said something that hurts me. I come to you to tell you this is how what you did made me feel. And your response to me is, but I didn't mean it. But that's not my intention. Is that why you're now angry? But I didn't mean it now. You have left the focus from what you did and how it made your friend feel. You have now diverted and made it all about you. How about, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel this way, and I'll work on doing better next time.
People will literally try to gaslight you into thinking that the decision that you made wasn't based on their actions. They'll be like, oh, you decided to do that, or you decided to go there, or you decided to... No. The decision was made because of your actions. You weren't treating me right as a partner. You weren't treating me right as a friend. Therefore, I was forced to make decisions about our relationship that I wouldn't normally have had to make if you were doing your part. But child, at this point, I let people run with whatever is going to make them sleep better at night. Because I made the choice that's going to make me sleep better at night. So if you want to put it on me as to why our friendship didn't work out, our relationships didn't work out, I'm quite okay with that. Because I'm sleeping much better now than I was when you was trying to play in my face. So I don't know who this is for, but stop letting people try to manipulate you to make you feel like a decision was made solely on your own discretion, when the bulk of the decision was made based on their actions. And the fact of the matter is, they made that decision for you.
What should you do if you're being gaslit?
When you know what it is and someone starts to gaslight you, they literally deny your reality, right? You have to take a step back and say, that's not what happened, but you don't say it to them. The importance with gaslighting is you don't engage with the gaslighter. You now know you're being gaslighted, which means the other person in that interaction has the capacity to gaslight you. So what that means is, from your side, you need to shut it down. And that means no longer engaging. Does that make so that you cannot keep engaging with them because they're going to pull you down
further and further?
Yeah, it's almost like they're going to pull you down into being drowned or pull you into the quicksand. So when they start gaslighting, I never said that. One playback could be, we're having a different experience then, and leave it at that.
Don't go down that slippery slope.
Don't go down the slope. Don't show them the text message. Don't pull out the email. Don't try to prove them wrong.
Okay, so I hope everyone was encouraged and got some insight on what gaslighting is really all about. Take heed to what you heard, apply it as you must, and stay gaslight sucker free. Peace and blessings. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Also, hit that notification bell so you can get notified when I upload videos and you can tune in. Until next time, y'all.